Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Principles of Marketing at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the chapters 10 through 12 activities that I finished grading last week. And then I'm going to remind you about your semester project. And then also go over our next set of chapters, which are chapters 13 and 14 that will be due early next week. Alright, so first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the chapters 10 through 12 activities last week. Most of you did well on those activities, and like I always tell you, I really appreciate those of you that are putting the time and effort in to the assignments and discussions and chapter tests, so keep up the good work on that. The other thing I want to remind you of is the semester project. So let's go to the activities page in my Ozarka. And if you'll notice, the semester project is due by Monday, April 22nd. So at this point, you should be on the final stages of completing that project. You should have most of it completed already. If you're not already at that point on your semester project, then I would highly encourage you to this week kind of get to that point. In other words, get to where you're almost done with the project by the end of this week, because the next couple of weeks, or a couple of weeks before the project is due, you need to have that time to kind of go back over your project and proofread it and make sure that you've included all the relevant information and so forth. So you need to give yourself plenty of time to kind of go back and check and make sure that the project is where it needs to be to get it turned in. And with that in mind, if you want to submit your semester project to me through course mail at least a week before the project is due, I will be glad to review it for you and kind of give you some feedback on it before you actually turn it in for a grade. But again, it'll need to be at least a week before the project is due in order to give me enough time to actually read it and give you feedback on it before it needs to be turned in for a grade. All right? I'll be glad to do that for you. So just continue working on your project. Let me know if you have questions on that. All right. And then as far as the chapter activities that we have coming up due next, you'll notice on the activities page, right now we're on week 11 of the semester. We don't have anything due this week, but we do have work due the first day of next week, which is Easter Sunday, March 31st. All right? So even though the work is due by March 31st, you don't need to wait until Sunday to get it started. Go ahead and be working on it now, and that way if you want your weekend free, you can have it free if you go ahead and work on the chapters 13 and 14 set of activities during the week this week, and you can have your weekend free if you want. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you wait until Sunday, some of you are probably going to forget and miss the activities because a lot of us are going to have things going on this weekend. So especially Sunday, since it's Easter. So again, I would recommend going ahead and getting those activities submitted before the weekend, and that way you don't run into that problem of maybe forgetting about those activities. All right, so chapter 13 covers supply chain management and marketing channels. So in chapter 13, you're going to learn about the benefits of effective supply chain management, the key processes of supply chain management, how to sustain your supply chain. So you're going to learn the sustainable supply chain management techniques. You'll learn about the technological advances which affect supply chain management. You'll also learn about marketing channel structures. There are several different structures that are used to get the product from where it's produced to the point where it's consumed. You'll also learn about the channel intermediaries, those retailers and wholesalers and so forth that help the product get from the point where it's produced to the point where it's consumed. So you'll learn about the various channel intermediaries and the functions that they perform. All right, and then in chapter 14, you'll learn about retailing. So in chapter 14, you're going to learn about the types of retailers, the factors which determine how retailers are classified. We have different classifications of retailers, from almost no service retailers all the way up to full service retailers. We have different ways of classifying those retailers. So you'll learn about that. You'll also learn about the growth of non-store retailing, for example, online retailing and other forms of non-store retailing, like vending machines and so forth. You'll also learn about the steps involved in executing a retail marketing strategy. And then towards the end of chapter 14, you'll learn about the retailing decisions for services. All right? When you're selling services, you have to have some kind of unique retailing decisions that are different than they are for goods. And we learned in previous chapters some of the unique characteristics of services that make them different from goods. For example, intangibility, inseparability, and so forth. And so it's those unique qualities of services that kind of dictate that we need to have some specific decisions for services that are a little different than they are for goods. All right? So that's chapters 13 and 14. So again, those are due by Sunday, March 31st. So be working on those this week. Let me know if you have questions. And that's really all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of your week and your Easter weekend. And I will talk to you again sometime next week. Thank you.